Hello, hello, hello. Sue and Brioni, are you okay over there? All I see is, what the F? I'm like, what the heck? Good morning, Brioni. Hello, Sue. Hi, Cheryl. Hello, Treese. Good afternoon. How's Mama doing? That beautiful Mama. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Mac. Hi, Sandy Kling. Hi, Sharon. What's the happenings, y'all? Oh, that thing is still there. Hello, Shannon. How is everybody doing? We're one day closer to the week. Hi. Good morning. Good afternoon. Mom found your glasses outside on the couch. I think they're in one of Mama's pockets. He has awoken, y'all. He has awoken. Hi, Laveda. Hey, Nicole. Hey, I think your glasses are in Mama's pocket. Yep, they are. Here, let me clean them. How's everybody doing? Here's your glasses, baby. They were outside on the couch. Here you go. There you are. Now you can see with your crazy bed hair. Hello. Mom is okay. I'll be with her tomorrow. Aw. Awesome sauce. Awesome sauce. So, we didn't get any further on the coasters. Something very weird happened. Is it this one? This one. This one, I was able to pull off all of the 3D varnish, like literally pulled it all off. So, but in my thought to that would have been, well, okay, maybe it had a reaction with the solvent varnish, but it didn't happen on this one. So I'm going to have to play with it, and you know, with everything is a learning curve. I'm not afraid to play with things and to show you guys, you know, what is and what isn't, but they are super cute. So I think what I'll do, so as to not mess with these, I think I will just resin them. Maybe I'll just UV resin them to do it real quick, or epoxy. I still have my epoxy sitting here. So, and then I'll give you guys an update, but we will definitely play with the 3D varnish again, because we all know Pentart products are amazing. We know it works. We just got to see like what it works best with and how, what, when, where, why. Y'all, you looking cray cray. Your pants is twisted. Did you have a rough night sleeping, son? Hi, Cindy. Hello, John. Hello, Lisa Hampton. All right, so today is going to be a day where I don't know what we're doing. So again, I have a huge creative block, which I've been dealing with the creative block for months now. You would think it would come back, but y'all, sometimes it's just like that. So as I was sitting here, I looked back, because literally I don't know what we're doing. As I was sitting here, I had Brioni's canvases in mind that she had sent to me, and I was like, well, maybe I can do something a little different. We can sketch on the canvas and do some anyways. Then I looked back and I remembered that we have this transfer. And I thought, wait a minute, how cool would the birdcage look on the big one? And then we can, like there's flowers on here, so maybe we can make the flowers 3D. Hi, Margaret. And do some tintings with that, because I had some other ideas, but I literally looked back up there at my transfers and I was like, wait a minute. So let's see. Let us play. Because I don't know what I'm doing. Have you guys been seeing the sneak peeks that I'm posting for a redesign? See, now, if you tell me I can use redesign right now, I'd be like, ooh, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this, I want to do that. But I can't. So then I'm like, well, I don't know what I want to do. All right, so the biggest one is a 16 by 20. And then this one is a 12 by 16. I have a feeling that bird cage is going to allow me to do the big one. So Brioni, who lives in down under in Australia, sent these to me, and she's very, very kind, and I am so appreciative. So, who's jumping on my head? Dang. So let us play. Hi, Vicky. Hi, Tanya. Oh, you've been seeing Primas too? I know. Okay, so there are. Don't ask me, Sue. That's the name. Oh, yeah. See, look at that. We actually might be able to get away with doing it on the 12 by 16, but I kind of want some room, y'all, because you see how the flowers are, well, on this particular one is black and white. I thought maybe we can 3D these flowers. What you got cooking good looking? Boy, you looking rough. Compared to yesterday, you had your hair did and everything, and today you look rough. Okay, so there's one bird cage, but look at this. Look at the top to this one. That whole thing would fit on this. But then it would kind of look funny because the width of it is too large. It's large and in charge. But then look at this mamma jamma. Papow! With the butterfly. All right, hold on, y'all. What do you guys think? Maybe we put it on the 12 by 16? Because look, that one would be amazing on there. And it still gives a lot of room. And I think the... Wait, we got to see if he's delivering something and not just picking up. Because if he's delivering, that means he's delivering pokey tools. Hold, please. Oh, I can't see him. Where'd you go? Oh, no, he ain't delivered. That ain't my mailman or my mail lady. Whatever. Forget you. Okay, so 12 by 16. Winner, chicken dinner. I like that one on this. Yeah, the smaller one, right? This one, I'll tell you what, you guys know I am a watercolor artist. I don't know why that was so hard to say. Why is it so dark? Watercolor artist. Why is it so dark? What's happening? Anyways, what I was going to do on this one is do like vines. So I was going to draw vines, do like a kind of like a pond down here, river, lake, whatever. But I was going to draw it all out and then do clay, 3D clay on top of that. We'll do that another day. But why is it so dark? What the heezy wheezy? It's not like you don't have 7 box lights, 8 ring lights. Okay, so let's get the butterflies. And I know we have some loose flowers down here at the bottom there. We might take those as well. So let's put that right there. I am going to, oh man, I put the tape away. Oh, we have loose flowers there. All right, hold on a minute. I got to take this because it's going to get away from me. I'll tell you right now. It's going to go rolling on top of itself, and then it's going to be a sad, sad day. Hi, Lucia. Hi, Janet. Hi, Kathy Nepik. How are ya? How are ya? All right. So we're just going to take some blue tape. I told you guys with the new release, these are no longer going to be in the tubes. So that'll be nice. They won't be roly-poly all over the place. Oh, that one's got a butterfly too. But we can't get the whole thing. We can't get the whole thing. However, I'm not mad at like that little part. All right, stop it. Stop it. All right, let's cut this. Alrighty then. Hi, Laveda. Hi, Sandy Hinkleman. Hello, Carol. How are ya? How's everybody doing this weird, overcast, but yet hot day? 76 again today. Who is pounding on my head? There's only 3 of us here, for goodness sakes. He's jumping around in my head. That is gorgeous. I'm sorry. Look at that. That is just beautiful. Alrighty. Let's do this. Okay. So, let's open this. And then let's do the thing. Do the thing. Not you. Somebody's jumping around on my head. I don't know. The dogs are right here. But it is definitely somebody jumping on my head. And I thought Nick was asleep. Maybe not. Okay. So, the canvas has texture, as all canvases do. What I'm trying to decide is, yep, where are ya? We're just going to put a really quick, fast, and in a hurry. We're just going to do some bare varnish, because I don't necessarily need to prime it for tooth right now. What am I doing to it? I didn't read them. They're probably pre-primed. No, they're not pre-primed as far as like gesso already, so we're good. It's good. It's good. So we'll do just a really? You're gonna keep playing like that? We're going to just do a really light, thin layer of the bare varnish. So I have never seen an arch canvas here in the US. But if you guys have or know of any in the US, please let us know, because I'm telling you, this is pretty cool. We obviously have the wood ones from IOD that we've used here a few times, but I love the canvas. So, all right, let's dry this really quickly. And then 3 layers of prime. Hey, whatever happened to Mr. Lamont? I'm not sure. Richard, I don't know. I haven't seen him in a while. Spent 4 hours this morning at the dealership. I took my car in for an oil change yesterday, and they felt that it might have a leak, but thankfully it was not. It was oil from engine work they did a few. Doing well. Going to John Carroll for college degree in spiritual discipline. My husband needs to be driven from 6 to 9. That's all right, though. I know about being the Uber driver. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Sharon. I would love an arch canvas. It is very cool, right? Really? Hobby Lobby has them? I've never seen them there, Mary Casey. Are they pretty reasonable? Or are they obnoxious? Because usually with this size canvas, I know, well, depending on what brand and what type you get, they can get pretty pricey. Like you can get 10 by 10s, like, they have them in big bulk buys at Michael's, but they get pricey when you go up in size and depending on the quality. All right, so we're just gonna make sure that this is dry. Now, look, when I am going to try to press down on my transfer, that give is gonna give me a really big problem. So we're gonna need to put something underneath there. All right, that'll work for at least when I need to push down. All right. Transfer tool. And Mary Casey, I have no idea where your ruler went when I've looked. So I think there's some juju. Because this is not, what? That is not a full 12. All right then. Well, unless Onyx has taken it somewhere. Poor Onyx. She gets blamed for everything. I'm jealous. I'm always jealous. Okay, so let's put that. Now, where do we want her, though? Because I don't know. I don't want her all the way downtown, Julie Brown. And hold on, y'all. I can't. Y'all know I can't do things straight as it is. So this isn't even in the mid. It's not even in the middle. It's going at an angle as it is. I know. Mary Casey says that they have them at Hobby Lobby, and she's saying it's only $10. So really, I've never seen arch canvases for the record. This is my first time. All right, so let's get this Mama Jamma. You know what? Because of the way it is, I don't think it's gonna stick. So let's just be brave. Because of the canvas, I don't think it's gonna stick until I start pushing it. So don't do this on like a tray or something, because as soon as it makes contact, it's gonna stick. Now I know that there are wood arches. I know IOD makes them. I know a couple companies make these. I've used the arches a few times, but I've never seen the canvas. Yo, this is messing with me. Hold on, don't stick. Well, it is what it is, y'all. I mean, if it's crooked, just tip your head to the left or to the right. It is not that serious. All right, we're going to go over this whole Mama Jamma. Wait, what's the... Hi, Karen. So, I'm so confused. Mary Casey says a 16 by 20 is $9.99. Hi, Tina. Tina says a 12 by 16 is only $6.99. So, hey. Hi, Leah. Hola, Ari. How's Mama? She's taking a nap. Sorry, y'all. You're going to have to turn the sound down for a minute because it's on the canvas, so... He's gonna be pretty. He's gonna be beautiful. I'm jealous. I'm jealous. So I have my the porcelain tray that I use mainly when I'm doing watercolor. It's only in the middle, So this here on the outside is probably, you gotta be careful. Let's push you over to that side. And push you this side. If you watercolored, you would need to gesso the canvas. It really just depends. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but most of the time the canvases are already gessoed. But I rarely... I won't usually mess around with it unless, I guess it just depends on all the mediums that I'm using too, though. But yes, usually you want to just prime it first, usually. every canvas is already it's usually just even the cheaper ones these days are already gessoed. Look. Okay, let's push the tray over that way. Got a little bit of your wing that you're missing. There you go. Hi, Terry. Hi, Julia. $9.99 is $20 Australian. Y'all, my hot flashes these last few days have been insane, y'all. And you know, with your transfers, if you see something left on the top, just lay it back down. It'll go on. Yes. Hi, Jeanette. Hi, Michelle Chastain. The weather is nice in Kansas. It's like I said, it's like it's warm today, but the sun is not beaming like it was yesterday. Now, if we were doing this on a tray, this would have already done come off, but it's because of the canvas and it has the flex in the middle. So I'm trying to be careful because I don't want to stretch the transfer. And what I mean by that is if the transfer isn't all the way down and you're trying to pull it, it will stretch. It will stretch the image. Come on now. There we go. You got 2 inches whacked off. It has been years since I got a cut. Oh, your hair? I don't know, Karen. Where are you at? Hi, Miss Linda. Do you not see a lot of the chat? If you don't see a lot of people chatting, you're probably on the business page. Oh, it's so pretty. It's so beautiful. The writing right here is the end of that board is, did we miss anything? All right, let's burnish this Bama Jamma down so it doesn't go anywhere. Thank you kindly. You did your job. All right, so we're going to burnish all of this down. And make sure you burnish because you've got air under there. It is not good. It will dry out. Just like, I haven't told you guys this in a long time, but just like do not save and hoard your transfers. Store your transfers in a dark area. But do not hoard your transfers because they don't have in unlimited shelf life. You want to use those transfers because they will dry up. You know, if you're keeping them on, hoarding them for years or whatnot, then the chances are they're not going to transfer very easily or nicely. All right, let's get on a coat of varnish and then we can play with this. We could play. Alrighty, that's good. It's good. It's a really pretty transfer. It's so there's actually 3 bird cages in total, and I think was it 2 of them that had the yeah, 2 of them have the actual stand. That one's just shorter stand. So this is the only one that is just the cage. A roll, a towel. Yeah, but there's still flex even on the towel, yeah? With this big of a transfer, it's probably easier if you have something harder underneath, or if you don't do it on a canvas that has the flex. So I'm trying to think. I know I have an MDF bird for sure, but we'll see. We'll play and see. So, what I'm looking like, look, that's pretty. What if, let me see. Oh, y'all, stop it. I honestly pulled it out for this, not even realizing that was in this little bunch. But what I was thinking, I'm thinking I want to do a border around it, but we can just have the bird a flight, because had I planned it better, I would not have put the bars down before I put the okay, that's for a minute. In the flowers, I think it would be really pretty if we put some gold in the flowers, because this is pretty neutral. So, we'll do the bird in flight. Let's get a trim for around the outer edge. And then maybe down here, down here, we can do a couple of little 3Ds down here. Now you want to make one? Okay, so I need my hand. I need the motion. I need the full range of my hand, and that just is not getting it. Okay, we're going to use the gilding marker. We're going to do some really pretty gold in the I can't find my other one, y'all, so I'm just opening a new one because I can't find it. And you know, as soon as I open it, I'll find it, but that's the way life is. And then we're going to put the bird, but I'm trying to think what kind of trim I want on here. Let's pull out some IOD trims, because you know those are my favorite. I don't really want to fuss with woodubin. Plus, the woodubin on the arch is probably going to give me a fit. This is the CC Restyled Gilding Marker in gold. Let me get my... Oh, we definitely need this too. So let's grab this one. And then let's grab this Mama Jamma. So we'll grab that one. And oh, the crest might be pretty. Maybe we don't do it like that. Hold on now. Shoot. See what happens when you use your brain? All the ting-tings happen. All the ting-tings. We don't want bamboo. All right. So that one would be okay over here, but not over there. And we don't want flowers. We're in about that life today. We could do this one though. That one would be pretty. Around there. We're going to do some gold in the flowers that do not have color to give them a little bit of gilding. We'll do the bird in flight. All right, y'all, we got a plan. We got a plan. Look out now. Wheels on the bus go round and round in Terry's brain today. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. Hi, Phyllis. Hi, Liz. Oh, no. For this, we're going to use a new one. There's nothing like using a brand new brick. The rings are off. The brace is off. Woo! It's about to go downtown Julie Brown. Oh, no. Terry. What happened? Okay, let's do this. I'm excited. How are you? The transfer really pops on the canvas. Would not look the same. No, it would definitely not. I'm telling you, when I looked back, because all of my tubes stand up in my cabinet that's over here, and this one was right in the front, and I was like, oh my goodness, the arch is going to be perfect. And I think we will, well, I might not do it with you guys because it'll be kind of redundant, but I will probably put the other one on one of the bigger ones, because I don't know where else I would be able to use or have something tall enough for the for that big bird cage at least. All right, this is the IOD trimmings mold, and this is number 1. We're gonna take this one here. Oh, but I like that one too. No, we're going to take the first one. We're going to use the Joby clay. This is the 500 brick. I do have 500 and 250 in the store. We're going to take a little bit of baby oil. I'm kidding. I have people on my tail about the way I talk. All right. Let's do this. Got a little bit of a plan, Sam. And then we're going to get cracks from the... Oh, but I like that one, too. Oh, man. I like that one. All right. We're just going to take a little bit of the baby oil. One thing that's amazing about the IOD trimmings are they connect, so you don't have to put your clay back in to connect it. It already has the connectors on both ends. Hi, Mary Sharkey. I just got my first Joby clay for a project. I'm taking notes. Oh, yeah. Sue's got ideas rolling around. I'm going to do one with the small ones with Christmas. How many of y'all do Christmas in July? I have a hard time doing Christmas in July, especially when I just barely put away things from Christmas time. And then the thought of bringing it back out, just for, you know, a little bit of time. I don't know. I've never been able to get what happened? I've never been able to do it. And the reason why I was talking about it, because I was like, wonder if this July I can get into Christmas in July. I don't know, but we'll see. Okay, we're going to try this palette knife one more time. If it does it to me again, I'm 86ing that palette knife. Because there's something on there that either I don't see. Is that heavy body gel? I think it's heavy body gel. All right, I'm going to put my finger in a little bit of water just to smooth down the back. You guys know I don't like that bumpy, lumpy stuff. I'm not about that life. And you're going to flip and roll. Flip and roll, flip and roll. All right, how are we going to do this? Because, so it's going to take up a little bit of that bottom there, but I'm not mad at it. I'm leaving it right there for a second because I got to figure out what's going to happen here. Do we like that? Can you guys see that there's little like flowers in there? You guys like that one? All right, you guys know I stick any mold on, whether it be resin, clay, or anything else with heavy body gel. I make what makes me happy. I have a perfect Christmas doily I can send. You love Christmas in July? Hi, Cindy Truitt. Gosh, I have a hard time with it, y'all. I don't know. I think, like, I love doing Christmas projects. I think what my thing is first of all, I don't want to even think about it being Christmas time. But it's hard for me to take out, well, I refuse to buy anything in July for Christmas. So that would mean use the stuff that I have, right? Well, then that would mean pulling it out and you know how that is. All right, I'm not about the wobbly life, y'all, so hold on. That wobble, that weeble wobble stuff drives me bananas. All right, so before we do anything else, let's get this bottom. We'll miter the bottom here. Because, I mean, I guess I could, no. Well, hold on. Let's see. I guess I could do it like that and then square it off. Yeah. Why not? All right. Scoochie. Okay, and then I'm going to take my little silicone brush in water and let's marry those two up. Okay, when we come back around to do this side, I'll cut that off. Right now, because it is a fresh clay, it is really, I'm gonna mess up the impression of the mold. If I push down on it to cut it right now, and it's not completely stuck down yet. All right. You're about to get 86, bro. I'm just saying, you're making me mad now. I never have to start cutting in the middle. What's the deal today? All right. I'm going to use a little bit of water and smooth down those wobblies in the back. It's almost the same concept of when I take my Dremel to the back of my my molds, because it's easier to glue down. So obviously, like I said, it connects for you. So we'll just put on our heavy body gel. I have both Pentart and Finnabair's in the store. Whatever you like. let's not get it on your bracelet. Right, the only thing is with these bigger things. Hi, Papas. I know. I know. I know. Trust me. I get it. All right, so again, another reason why, had we used the would you bin, it would have been hard to do this arch. So let's make sure this is making contact everywhere. And then let's take our, well, let's get off the excess first. And then we're going to go ahead and blend that connector. And you don't have to do that if you don't want to. But when you get your cracks, anywhere that you connect, because clay is going to shrink, so sometimes when you blend the connectors together, so you basically are fusing them together, the crack doesn't gap so large, if that makes sense. I don't know. Do whatever makes you happy, y'all. Hi, Valerie. Christmas in July means, for me, means it's time to start making my Christmas gifts for. Oh, okay. That's a good. All right. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's when you start instead of waiting to the last minute. I don't do that. Me, last minute? That is so not me. Hi, Helena. Hi, Kaylee girl. Shoot, the first Christmas when I was making like my albums and stuff, man, I did all the ting-tings. Everybody had a different album. They had tricks in there that you'd never seen with the flips and the accordions and all the things and all the things. The second Christmas, it was like Nick's mom, Nick's aunt, and that was it. And then after that, I was like, yeah. I don't think I've made anything crafting wise. Same thing with lettering. Like I would letter my niece's name and do it all glitter and in a frame and on the canvas. But funny enough, like crafting, I have never made anybody anything for Christmas. Isn't that a shame? All right, can you guys see? I think this is pretty. All right, we're gonna just come around the mountain. Make sure that's all the way. And then let's fuse down that. I'm gonna make sure it's making contact with the canvas and there's no gaps. It just doesn't look nice. And then let's fuse those two together. Remember, anytime you do this with any of your tools, make sure you stick it in water. Don't go at it dry because it's going to pull on your clay and that's not what you want. Okay. See? Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. It's so pretty. Ugh, my hair is tickling my nose. But I don't want to turn the fan off. Then I'll start hot flashing. Alright, so we've already pulled out a couple of these. So let's go ahead and put the baby oil down again. This is not an intricate mold, so you really don't need that much baby oil or to do it as often. With the very intricate molds, you'll see me do it every single time I go to put clay down. You're making me mad now. Oh no. Make sure you're pushing down really well to make sure that impression gets to every bit of that clay. If you're working on a glass mat, I would put, where's my pokey tool? I would put parchment paper down if you're using a bigger mold, because if you flip it on the glass mat, it's going to stick to the glass. I was the same way with making card story. Oh yes, and I made the calendars for the kids, so that way, on every day. And then I found out that they weren't even doing it, the advent calendars, like they weren't even doing it every day. And I was like, man, that's the whole, I wish somebody would have made me an advent calendar. But I made every single number. I embossed I made the advent calendar from scrap. So I made this big advent calendar. I did one in the shape of a train. I made every single box. And then every box had a different something in it. And I think that's when I kind of got a little bit like, because if somebody makes me something, heck, whenever I get a card from somebody, from one of y'all, I keep it. Like, I have all the cards around me. So if somebody made me something, I don't know, I always treasure it. So when I found out, like, the kids were just doing the advent calendar whenever, and then they'd open 4 or 5 days all at one time, and it was like, oh cool. Oh cool. It took me 78 million hours to make that thing for you to have fun with it. But and that's a little bit of I won't say anything, never mind. But if it was me, I would be like, Troy, come on, we've got something, we got to do our thing today. I'd make it like a whole episode, like real fun. And that's what I should do. We should make, y'all, when it gets close to Christmas, y'all need to remind me. We need to make Troy an advent calendar. I might have a little bit of trouble getting him to only open one at a time. Is that the wrong corner? You're a bozo, Terry. What are you doing, yo? Isn't it? Is it this one? Or isn't it that one? I don't know. I think for Troy, the hardest thing would be he would want to open every draw, as soon as he knew one was open, he'd want to open every draw at the same time. So, but he would listen, and he would be the one reminding me every day. We would make it a thing. Why haven't I ever made my Troy an advent calendar? I'm a horrible mother. What the heezy weezy? We're going to make Troy advent calendar this year. Not in July. Yes. Can you imagine? An everyday new phone case. Oh, he would be so, and I could film it because he would be, you guys would probably see him getting mad and excited at the same time. Excited to be opening a draw, mad because it'd be like, no, Troy, only one. And then he would probably go off the heezy weezy, like, no, there's all kinds of draws. Let me open them all. But We're definitely going to do it this year. Y'all have to remind me, though, because, you know, I have a great idea today, and tomorrow I won't know what I was talking about. Although y'all might not want to see that because it takes a minute to make it from scratch. But I made one that had like lights and it had a train that went, I think that thing went in the garbage too when it was done. Eesh. That's all right. It was a thought that counts. Okay, dokie, artichokey. We're almost done. I know I have not cut the ends off yet. I will do that in a minute. I'm going to stick these stick that just in the middle because I need to square it off. So I need to do the ends. We like watching whatever. Aw, thanks, Ashley. The only thing is I would do that advent calendar would have to be huge because, you know, the draws I was making were like 2x2s for a phone case. Holy guacamole! That thing would have to be a Goliath of an advent calendar. That's all right. My Troy, he would love it. He would love it. I don't know why I've never thought to make him one. Such a... I don't know. All right, I'm going to take just my... and be easy because, you know, it's a small piece that's right there. Now, I've showed you guys how to miter 1,000,002 times. You can miter that and it would be just fine. But, we're just going to, well, we'll look. I might not like the whole butting up on the end either. So, hey, what is that, Carrie? The wrong one is what it is. I might not like how it's, you know, just butted up. I usually do not, but we'll see. We might end up mitering these ends anyways. Look at my nail. Yeah. Okay. You hear me talking about you, bud? Oh, you heard me talking about the monkeys, huh? I know, Papas. Oh, wrong one again. All right, let's see. Do I want it just butted up? Okay, hold on. It's got Onyx's hair on there. Thank you, baby. All right, we're just gonna miter the corners. I should have known I wasn't gonna like it like that. Anyways, no. Troy, Mom's got look at Mommy's hands. They look gnarly. All right, let's put this right on top of the other one. And then we're just going to miter the corner. So we're going to cut that corner straight down. And we'll pick up and take off the excess underneath. And then there's nothing in there, buddy. Oh, and look at that. How funny that turned out. That was that little piece that I connected, which is not a big deal. We'll just take the water and then, well, let's get it straight. Let's fuse that together. And then over here, we've got to push that into where it needs to go. And And then no one will ever know except all of you. All right. I'm going to put my finger in water, and I'm just going to sharpen up that corner and round it out so it doesn't look like we just did something funny there. Hi, Betty. Okay, Sandy, have a good evening. Oh, yes, Ashley. Hi, Sandy Triplet. Troy, you can't get into it, baby. I already took it. I already took it, bud. Look at Mama's hands. I know. Okay, hold on. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Troy, stop that. Okay. Again, we're going to place it right on top of the other one. And then let's cut that corner. Troy, the way that you're shaking the bottle, take off the excess on the top, lift it up, take off the excess underneath. I already took that pill, Troy. I'm going to have to remember to throw it away. All right. And then, geez, my knees. Let's fuse those two together. You need your glasses cleaned again. All right, hold on. Pops, put it here in my shirt. Look at how dirty my hands are, son. Give it. All right, now take it. All right. It's good. All right, let's fuse that together, and then we're just going to be careful. Don't mess with her. You don't have shoes on. She's going to bite your toe-toes. Back up off me. I see you, octopus hands. Get back, Jack. All right. Let's make sure. Oh, my goodness. Look at that. That's pretty. All right. I see where it was attached over here. I didn't fuse the back side, so let's do that. Make sure all of this is down. Make sure it's all down on the inside too. I don't like that. Yeah, now tomorrow, obviously, there's probably going to still be some cracks happening, but I will embrace those cracks because I think they will look good with the bird cage. We got a little bit of height over here that doesn't look right, so let's push that down. Again, just making sure it is down everywhere. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take the silicone brush. We're going to dip that in water, and we're going to go around the entirety of this, and we're going to make it one with the canvas so it doesn't look like there's clay just stuck on there. So we're just going to go in, and we're going to literally get rid of that harsh edge and make it look like it's part of the canvas. But then when you do that, you have to also come back up here, stick your finger in water, and smooth down that wall. So we're going again. You're just blending, basically blending the two every time. using the water. Hold on, Pops. Troy James, you're so persistent. Thank you. You're the bestest ever. And then come back on the top, put your finger in water, and blend down that edge. Thank you. Same thing. Gonna make especially that corner, because we know that corner. Okay, so we're going to, and I'll show you, before I come around the other side, I'll show you the difference that it makes just by doing this. Because instead of clay just looking like it sat up on top, it almost looks like the canvas was made with the clay on there. So and I'm just rounding the tops a little bit. So if you can see, I don't know if you'll be able to tell, that side compared to this side, I don't know if you guys can even tell on camera, but it's very high. The mold is very high and sticking up off of the canvas, and over here it's blended down to it. So I'm going to come back around. BT time? There you go, love. There you go, Papas. So again, we're going to do the same thing. We want that in water. And we're going to come, we're going to round out that corner. And same thing. So you're basically taking away that, I don't know, blunt edge that happens when you put molds down. Okay, and same thing, we're going to come to the top and we're going to knock down. Getting rid of that gap all the way. The miter was too easy. Okay. And if you did it right, you'll be able to tell where you started and when you stopped. And there we go. We're done. So I started in a really funny position, but we're good. It's good. Ah, yeah. That's beautiful. All right, let's go around and wipe off any little clay bits from the water. Oh my goodness, that's pretty. All right, let's wrap up our clay one-handed. I really don't want this all over the hands. Okay, and that goes in the water. That goes in the water. Let's clean that off. Okay, and we'll wash this mold later. Oh, I'm not done. Hey, Chihuahua. Man, I need my other hand. Okay, so we need our bird in flight. John is I'm when the next meet and greet is. I can't remember. The meet and mingle? Hi, Rita. It's supposed to be Saturday. Okay, I like this one. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, that one, because that one's going to flip reverse. So, not Saturday, Sunday. Did I say Saturday? I feel like I said Saturday. Sunday. Okay, let's take this guy. We need our bird in flight. Okay. Okay, why? Why do you put everything in the water? And you're not done, son. Hey. Okay. You needed some more in that wing there. I want to make sure there's not a whole lot of extra excess that's going to come off on the wing. All right, we should be good. Try this again. And put that in the bag. Throw it in the bag after. All right. Okay. Oh, look at that. Okay. Then really put everything in the water. Okay. Come here, little guy. His wing is on there, and I'm okay with that. I actually put it there. I realize it's on the frame. I'm good with that. All right. Thank you. Has to wear pink. I got it. I was picking up what you were putting down, Cindy. Okay, we want to make sure our bird is on, like Donkey Kong. And let's put him on the canvas, just like we just went around and did. Gonna make sure his body I don't want. Okay. Oh, sucky now. All right, I think we're going to be able to close you up. Let's take all of that off because that'll dry on there, and I don't have to use a blade to get the heavy body gel off. I got clay all over my pants. Try putting you over here. Okay, Mary Casey. Catch you on the next one. Come on. Come out. I don't want all of this on the canvas on the back. Okay? Nope, not good. It's good. Good? Alrighty. Well, I guess I could put my phone back now that Trey's gone. Really needed to charge. Okay. Let's turn it back this way. Take a gander at it. Oh my goodness. I love clay and molds. I don't know. There's just so much you could do with clay. You know, resin is amazing, but you're constricted because when it, you know, sets, it sets. Wood ribbon is great, but again, like when we're doing areas like this, it depends on the stretch. But just clay, you just know every time it's going to give you what you want. All right, I'm going to go around and make sure. So now we did varnish this a little bit, not a ton, but we went over it. Okay. Thought I had one down here. So let's open up the pen because we can paint this today, but there's so much detail on there. I really don't want to. Oh, I thought I lost the pin again. So now the gilding pin, you can take it out for the chisel tip, or you can go around. You could turn it around for the point. We are going to use the point today. And then I hate pushing down on it like that because it messes up the tip. And then you'll see the gold will come down. And once it does that, I'll stop pushing on it like that. I just don't want the tip to get smushed. And then it's a very pretty, I don't know if you can see, but it's just a really beautiful gold. But I want to go, and I'm left-handed, so that means I'm going to get my hand put it on the mold if I'm not careful. And the light is very bright, so I'm going to have to put my big head over here to get away from the light. And let's not pretend that we can see. Let's actually see what we're doing. Oh, please. Oh, no. I almost always paint only when it's dry. Because when you paint it when it's wet, you can, you have to be very easy because you will distort the images of the clay. So, all right, we're going to come right in the middle of this, and we're just going to flick out. And we're going to put can you guys see the little bits of gold? So we're just going to put the gold. And you can do this with the brush, but you're going to want to do it with a liner brush. And I'm going to, with a very light hand, so that way the lines aren't going to get fat. If you're more comfortable turning it around and using the chisel tip, then, you know, that might be easier too. But look at that. Can you see? So now our transfer, and we're only going to do this on the more faded ones that are just kind of the monotone, just to put a little bit of gilding in there. Trying hard not to get my big head in the camera, and also not to put my hand over here. You can also probably use a contour liner for this. Y'all, I can't see. You need to, you know, follow the shape of a flower so you're not making it, you don't change it from the shape, because if you're not careful, you can change the way the direction is supposed to be if you're not paying attention to the way the lines are going and the way the flower is facing, whether it's a forward facing or it's tipped to the back or however. Which is a very easy way of adding a little something something. My goodness, that's so pretty. Oh, hot dog. And then down here, obviously, these are a lot bigger. But the pen has so much. I remember when I first seen CC use it, I was like, what is that? No, CC only made the one, the Gilded Envy. I know that there's other pens out there on the market. I just haven't seen or tried. The pigment on this one though is just amazing. It looks, if we were to use one of our metallic paints, it's got that same effect. Sometimes the pens don't, they don't give that to you. So I wish she would do other colors. That would be amazing. But look at that. Can you guys see? So just on the more neutral monotone ones, we'll do the gold on, and then it's gonna be one of those where it's like, just stop it, stop it, stop it. And then tomorrow, what we'll do is come back when it's dry. We'll paint this and then obviously do some antiquing gels on here because we definitely want to bring out all that detail. And then maybe what we'll do is go through on the butterfly. Actually, we might do it. What time is it? Okay, trees, have a good evening. What we might do is go in with the contours or stickles or something on the butterflies to make the butterflies pop up, because I was thinking about getting some flowers and doing these 3D, especially here at the bottom, but I will have to pull some and see how that's gonna look. But we might just do more with stickles and some contour pins to make that come up a little bit more. But right now, the gold is absolutely beautiful on there, and it's just, I don't know if it comes across how shiny the gold is. So, thank you. So again, she only has this one. It's Gilded Envy. And don't forget, you can change the tip around. Even when you have the ink in there, just grab it with a, paper towel and turn the tip around. When you are busting it though, to get the ink down, don't push too hard because you don't want the tip to splay. I did that on the last one. So, all right. So then tomorrow, when we come back, we will paint this. And I really am thinking, I don't know, It has to be, I want the flowers, if we use the flowers, and I know I have some that are budded like this, but can you guys see now? So we'll paint it tomorrow, and then we'll add a bunch of other little accessories on here. Maybe we'll stick a couple of other little 3D elements on there, but I love it. The bird cage is so pretty, and like I said, it's perfect on the frame. So we have our little birdie up there. We may still put something inside because I feel like something could be put in here. It's got to be right though, because it's not going to be behind the bars, so it's got to look right. But anyways, maybe, Lisa. I mean, we could, but we'll see. Alrighty, y'all. So tomorrow will be Friday. Make sure you're following me on Telegram, just in case there's any other special announcements for tomorrow. And then I'll see you back here, same time, same place. Woo! Every time I take my readers off, I feel like I'm cross-eyed. All right. Have a good rest of your evening, and I'll see you tomorrow. Talk to you later. Bye!